Okay, so then the king calls for Haman, and Haman comes in, and the king says, "What should I do for the man who honors me?" I think he says. Yeah, or who I honor, who I want to honor. And so Haman, of course, is thinking he's talking about me. And so he tells him, you know, give him a robe and a ring and like all this stuff. And so then the king says, "Go get Mordecai because I'm going to do that for him." And so, talk about a slap in the face. You know, Haman's anger, he's trying to kill all the Jews because of Mordecai. And here the king is asking him, what do I do to the one I want to honor? And he thinks it's him. And so he's doing all this glorious stuff. And then it's his enemy that he doesn't want, you know, to have this. But he's fixing to kill, and the king's going to honor. Okay, so Mordecai comes, and he does all this for Mordecai. Well, then Esther comes to the king, and he says, "What do you want? I'll give you anything up to half the kingdom." And she tells him that she wants him to spare her and her people. And so she tells him that she's a Jew, is assumed. And she says, "We're sold to be destroyed." And the king's like, "Who did this? Who has done this?" And she tells him it was Haman. And so then Haman, yikes, he's in trouble. But the king, the decree that the king had made about the Jews is revoked. He revokes it, and Haman is killed. And he is impaled on a pole. Bad way to die. But so the king has him killed, and Mordecai is like promoted, and really neat stuff in here. There's a lot more, not a lot more, there's a little bit more there. And so, but I loved the book of Esther because, you know, I've always thought of her as being this one who God called to do this great thing, and she was a woman and she became queen. But it's so neat, the timing of everything, and it's just so cool that God pays attention to all the little details that you'll see throughout this book, you know, from her not telling who she was or her nationality, that she was a Jew, and her going through this purification process to be presented to the king, and just God's faithfulness in